It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off from Baltimore. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Lamar now from the gun. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On that last call, not sitting well with D'Amico Ryans. He's going to make them review it. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Andrews with the catch. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the red zone now. Dumps it off to his running back.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Lamar off to play fake. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And this one does not go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Jackson now on 3rd. This throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Jackson's gonna throw again. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover. And we'll pause here for an injured Texans player. Looks like he's shaken up, and they'll get someone out there to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move. He's running with it.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. He's past the marker and past the 25. And they finally take him down at the 27. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Pass complete to Mechie. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down, Stroud. Mechie hauls it in. And he gets him around 6 there. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Connects with Mechie. And they bring him down around the 34. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34. Throwing it again here. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Through 1 quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running for it, Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
The Ravens offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this series with an option left. Oh, he loses the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
From the 37. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Tight end motioning right. Now Jackson on third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important third and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Texans' drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun now for Stroud. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They bring the tight end in motion. Mixon will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Baltimore running its offense out now. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10 now. Got his target. It's Hill. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Pistol snap to Jackson. That's caught for the 1st. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion here left. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 1st down, here's Lamar. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Trying again following the sack. This one's taken in by Hill. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Play action, here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans going on offense now, just before halftime. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. That's complete, here's Kirk. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw, Stroud. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Throwing is Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Second and 3 now. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the 1st down as he stays in bounds.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Stroud. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Buys time, rolling right. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewitt.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Texans offense who's going to be out there first. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass complete to Mechie. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. Running with Mixon out of the gun. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Here's Stroud. He's got him. That's Mixon. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That stop coming from Henry To'o. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lamar off the play fake. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They go play fake with Jackson. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lamar now from the gun. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route. They get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
This is Henry on 2nd. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Running once more with Henry. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And they take him down right along the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Now a field goal try coming up by the Ravens. A 49-yarder in front of him here. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Dameon Pierce now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finding Collins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Caught by Collins on the slant. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Stroud now. Has his man, it's Mixon. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Stroud now on third. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Still sticking with the passing game. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Stroud off the play fake. Brought in right side. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Going right side, Mixon with it. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead to 7. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans grow their lead to 8. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They have a chance to tie this game back up, but they got to get this to the end zone first on a touchdown, and then again on a 2-point try. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Motioning right is Hopkins. Now Jackson off the play action. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, Jackson. Connects with Bateman. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they send a man in motion. Play fake, Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They need the end zone here. They've got 4 chances at it. This is 1st and goal. Slot man motioned over. Trying to run with Henry. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens down by only 2 in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for 2. Jackson throwing for it. And they draw up just the right throw, and we're tied. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. On the ground again with Mixon. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 1-yard gain on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Mixon on the toss. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Texans pushing to get within range for a game winner. And the Ravens going nickel, 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's on the move. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. The Texans set to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. He'll look to throw it. Schultz with the catch. And this one doesn't go far.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Setting up to pass. To the sideline, Collins brings it in. That one goes for 25 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work.
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens, because you've got to make that transition from college, where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed, and the call on the field's going to stand. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 2 yards to the pickup. They're going to be left with 4th and 4. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Gets this one to Andrews. All right, so he stops the clock, but seconds still ran off on a gain of, only 3 or 4.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Throwing now. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. So the Texans come away with the road win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Baltimore.